gray alien told me its name was Satan. First, let me say that by all means, I am a normal person with a normal life for people of my demographic. I mean, I have never been diagnosed with any mental disorder, never had any mental problems besides occasional bouts of depression, and they weren't intense. And I'm not on medication. Fine. This happened about 3 months ago, and I want people's honest opinions. It was about 7 p.m. one Saturday, and my roommate wanted me to go to the mall, and then out to get a drink with her and some of her friends. I wanted a nap, so I told her I'd skip the mall and meet her then at the bar at 9 p.m. I had not had anything to drink at this point in at least a week and a half, so what happened to me had nothing to do with alcohol. My roommate left for the mall, and I laid down to take my nap. I left the kitchen light on so my room was totally dark. I fell asleep, and I woke up to the sign of my alarm clock showing was 8:45. Immediately, I thought my roommate was back. I thought they were already back because, well, my alarm clock was the only light, and it was completely dark, which led me to believe she turned the kitchen light out. At that point, I was still very groggy, but my eyes were open. I was laying in the same spot. It started getting darker and darker, it felt, but not just that. Here's where it gets weird. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, an ink-black shadow came out of my wall, swirled in front of me in midair, and went under my bed. Look, this was not sleep paralysis, because I moved. When I saw this, I immediately jumped up and ran to the living room. But I started to feel an overwhelming sense of fear and a presence at my front door. It didn't allow me to leave. I turned my back towards my bedroom, and standing right in front of me was a classic gray alien in a black cloak. Look, before going into the rest of the story, let me just describe this thing's appearance properly. It was about 5'9" and of human stature. Its cloak covered up to the entire body except for its head. Its face alone was just horrifying. A very small slit for her mouth, no ears, gray skin. But the eyes... those eyes were scarier than everything I've ever seen. There was those classic big black eyes, but the appearance alone wasn't what the worst was. It was its expression. It looked at me as if it had a deep disdain and hatred for all human beings and everything that we are. I was so deeply afraid and shooken up that I couldn't even cry. I asked who it was, and but it communicated with the name Satan. In a very convincing way. It didn't speak. It was like telecommunication. At that moment, I went into fight or flight and tackled the thing to the ground, but the next thing I could remember was I woke up on the floor in the very spot, and all the lights were on. The clock said 9:15, so I definitely had some missing time. I had no idea what happened. Nothing like this had ever happened before, and I know I am not schizophrenic. I wondered to myself, has anybody had an experience like this? I just can't believe it was a dream. I've had lucid dreams before, but this seemed absolutely real. Wait. 9:50. 9:50. I'm 15 minutes late. I gotta get to the bar.